Subscribe to the KTAR News YouTube channel today.
I was out and about yesterday, enjoying my day off.
Indeed.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I logged on to the YouTube on my little phone there.
You
I
did?
saw you choose.
You did?
Yeah, for like 90 seconds.
Oh, that's
I
fun.
want to see how you guys. I know how you look in person.
Thank you for
But on camera,
participating.
Joe looks good on camera.
That's
I think
right.
our hits doubled that day.
Wow.
Yeah, that was well done. Thank you so much for that.
Easy.
Yeah,
Download,
appreciate
bam.
that.
We
Bam!
did have some breaking news this morning. We got a new police chief. Did you see that?
I did. And it was the guy that was in charge of like the training and things like that from before, right?
I thought he was a pizza guy. Giordano?
Yes. But that he moonlights.
Ah,
Yeah. It's a gig economy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Matt Giordano is his name, and he was in charge of all the police training for Phoenix and also pizza delivery.
and he's got a lot of local experience with the cops.
And dough. Very good.
That's right.
I should not have played along with this dumb bit. Okay. No, I was talking with Mike Broomhead about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is a huge supporter and very connected with all the different law enforcement. He said he's getting a lot of people that are very supportive of this. He hasn't heard anybody say anything bad, which I'm a little nervous about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they say if you haven't made any enemies along the way, you're doing something wrong. At some point, you'd think that people would be, overwhelmingly would be like, he's a great guy, but somebody would go, I don't like him. He was too honest.
Great volley question for you at some point down the road. Chris, who would say the worst things about you?
Oh,
aside from your wife.
ex-girlfriends. Yeah, probably the people that know me the best. Yeah, ex-girlfriends would. Teachers from school. Yeah, this is good. Okay.
Yeah, so Giordano, 20-plus years Phoenix police experience, retired as a commander.
And now he's going to have some more experiences in the Phoenix Police Force
chief.
as well. Yeah. So congratulations, City of Phoenix. I was surprised that they didn't just hire AI to do the job. Why not just have a bunch of assistant chiefs and then Chief AI take
Chief
care of
Bot?
everything else? Yeah, Chief Bot. That would have been great. Because you're really doing a lot of administrative things. You're answering a lot of questions. You're being, you're organizational.
But would the
Wouldn't
rank
AI
and
do that?
file really like to report to a bot?
Well, we're getting rid of the rank and file.
We are.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't you hear? We're hiring bots now to do police work.
I thought we were hiring cameras. I don't know about bots.
Well, somebody's got to bot the camera. And that's exactly what's happening. City of Phoenix approving $12 million for how many cameras will $12 million get you, Joe?
I don't think we know.
10.
Is that how many?
Yeah, 10 cameras.
Okay. I saw that they were working on putting in the red light and speed cameras, probably coming by this fall. But I saw that they didn't know what intersections they'd go up on. And so it's just going to be 10.
They've been discussing it since fall of last year.
Which is less than what Tempe has.
Right, Tempe put in 14, and I was reading 10.
And a couple of those suckers are mobile, too.
The ones in Tempe are.
Yeah, those are the real tricky ones.
Yeah.
Here one day, somewhere else the next.
In Arizona, 20% of all crashes involve a driver running a red light. Does that surprise you?
I would think it would be higher.
Really?
Yeah.
Total number, like percentage-wise? Really?
Yeah.
I guess they all have it in intersections.
Of street crashes or all crashes in Arizona?
No, it says all crashes.
So I guess if you're thinking highway, yeah, people do all kinds of stuff there. But I guess if you were asking me city accidents, I would say more than 20% red lights.
Yeah, they're going to put red light and speed cameras at 10 intersections.
Okay.
Is what they're saying.
We don't know where yet, though. We
They
just
don't know.
We know that they're going to look at
Crash
high
data.
injury network data, some fancy maps
And bots.
and bots.
They're going to AI this to decide where to put the robots is what's going to happen. Okay. I know a lot of you are fans of the red light cameras, the speed cameras. You're a big fan of what Tempe has done. I'm not a huge fan, although I am a fan of following the speed
limit.
laws.
You
Yeah.
follow it to a T.
Right. I do like to drive the speed limit. I don't care for the cameras because I always feel like I'm sort of a purist in this way. You should be able to face your accuser, and it should be an officer who's writing you the ticket, not just a camera that then mails it out. $12 million for 10 intersections? There's more than $1 million per intersection? Doesn't that seem a little bit expensive to you? I mean,
Yeah.
for $12 million, couldn't you hire more officers, which means more jobs, which means feeding more families? I mean, to me, it feels like there's an opportunity to say we're going to provide jobs.
So
But
you think it's a money grab?
Yeah, I do. I think this is a cheap way to do money. You're going to hire a local company to do this. American Traffic Solutions is based in Mesa. And I think that rather than hiring people and creating jobs, we're saying let's funnel the money to a local company who's just going to bot out a bunch of tickets. And the tickets are not even the same as tickets from an officer.
Well, we did get rid of the program, the speed cams, years ago.
Right.
So we got rid of it for a while. So at some point, people on the council said, hey, this is not worth it.
So this is like dating an ex. That's what this is. Listen, let me tell you how dating an ex works. All right? This is advice I got from an old guy when I was in junior high. He was in high school. Okay. And he said, dating an ex is like this. He says, it's like you go to the refrigerator and you open it up and you pull out that carton of milk and you unscrew the cap and ooh,
not good.
that milk is bad.
Ooh.
So you put the cap back on, you put it back in the fridge and say, I wonder if it'll be better tomorrow.
Probably not.
No, that's what dating an ex is like. That's exactly what we're doing. We've taken this out. We've tried the milk and we went, ooh. That milk is bad. Let's take these speed cameras down. But here we are 10 years later. We went, I wonder if that milk is good now.
So, question though, you argued that we could get some more officers. And the city council says we don't have nearly enough. We only have 28 dedicated motor officers assigned to speed and traffic enforcement.
Yeah.
And we've got more than 5,000 miles of roadway.
Yeah.
So if we took, would you say, $12 million?
Yeah.
How many cops do you think we could get? Do you think we could get enough to really... I don't want to say surveil, but to protect and serve our 5,000 miles? How many cops could we get with $12 million?
More than 10.
Of course.
Is how many intersections we've decided $12 million is worth. So this isn't about 5,000 miles, in my opinion.
And
this is about, can we be more efficient than the 10 intersections that we've decided on? And if we can provide jobs, and I've heard numbers like $200,000 to $300,000 per officer, when you factor in things like salary, benefits, the cost of the vehicle, uniforms, all that other stuff. So, I mean, for $12 million, you're
30
talking
or
another
40.
30. Yeah, exactly, or more.
And let me be clear, too. I am not a fan of speed cams either. I don't support this program. I just think... To me, it's laughable that we only have 28 officers who are really looking at our roads every day.
I will give
the city of
Phoenix a little bit of grace on this because I know that they are short-staffed and they've had difficulty in hiring officers. So while I advocate, why don't, instead of spending $12 million to put in cameras, why don't you hire 30 more officers and provide jobs and get more people on the street so that when an emergency happens, you have more people to respond, right? Instead of doing that, they may say, we can't get the officers to fill the positions we have open. So I will give them a little bit of grace in that regard.
Yeah, I have no doubt that the number of crashes at these 10 intersections will likely come down when people learn that there are speed cameras up there.
Yeah.
But unless we're putting up cameras on every single intersection, we're going to have a ton of crashes in other places in the valley. And I really don't think it makes us safer overall.
I don't disagree with you. I think I'm kind of with you on this. It's feels money grabby to me.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.